We're reorganizing my fridge.
Yeah, big old Betty over here.
Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. This is literally where the magic happens. When I was a kid, I had like no interest in cooking whatsoever. I was like, oh, parents aren't home, your girl's making easy mac. Like, that's all I thought I needed to know. And then when I got to college, I started living off campus and I thought to myself, I gotta learn some of this myself. Cooking has become like a huge part of my life. It brings me so much peace. It's almost like meditation for me. And I would say cooking is like one of the only areas of my life that I can consistently drop into and get into that flow state. Be present in the moment, not have my thoughts ruminating, just focusing on creating. If you're on any social media platforms, you've probably seen a million different ADHD life hacks, organizational hacks, home hacks. In general, I'm just trying to be more conscious about what I'm consuming. I already feel like I've acquired so much stuff. Just every time I move, I'm like, where did this come from? I have no idea how this entered into my life. One of these hacks went completely viral and totally caught my attention. So this is in relation to this concept called object impermanence. How this works for people with ADHD is if something's not in your direct field of vision, like you can't look and see it right there in front of your eyeballs, then it doesn't even exist in your brain. It's almost like if it's tucked away in a drawer, then it's also tucked away in your brain. So in relation to that, I saw the coolest hack and it was about reorganizing your fridge so it's more ADHD friendly. This is all about putting those perishable items like your produce, all that kind of jazz, in more visible places, not tucked away in those drawers, then putting the stuff that you use a little bit less frequently or that don't have a shelf life down in those drawers, tucked away, and you just grab them when you need them. So what we're doing today is we're reorganizing my fridge.
Yeah, big old Betty over here.
All right, y'all, so this is what my fridge currently looks like. I literally didn't clean this at all. This is just its natural state of like kind of controlled chaos. The idea is to move all this produce right here into these doors so we see them, we can access them, and we know we gotta use them before they go bad and we waste some more food. Also, my dog, Tony, just got neutered and he's got the cone of shame on. He's still finding ways to pick up all the crumbs in the house, so A+ for him. Besides where I want to put the produce, I'm just gonna kind of figure out the rest as I go, so we are winging it together. I've got this little bin going of all the condiments that I'm taking out of the door there, so I can later figure out where the heck they're gonna go, how this is all gonna work together. We'll see what happens. Okay, I am LOLing because with the whole purpose of this video and not wasting food, object impermanence, I completely forgot that I had this cabbage. It's been in here for approximately 525,600 minutes. For real, these last forever and this is looking kind of sus, so your baby's going in the compost. Literally obsessed with limeade. It is the nectar of the gods besides aqua. Okay, side note, if you're obsessed with avocados like I am and you buy a shit ton at once and sometimes they happen to ripen all at the same time, it's like Murphy's Law of avocados, what you can do is store them in a bowl of water. So this one I've already actually cut into, but you leave the pit in there and then you just dunk it in some water so it's really dunked like that. And then when you're ready to eat it, take the avo out of the water, scrape off that top kind of like slimy, weird layer. And then underneath it should be still like beautiful and green and ready to rock your world. Okay, also, does anyone else get like sensual pleasure from cutting open an avocado and it's perfectly green? I'm like, do I have an avocado kink? Okay, our fridge do be looking fresh. Mission accomplished, I think. Just kind of winged it, and this is what I came up with. As per the original TikTok inspo, we have all of the produce here. I kind of separated it into like greens down here, and then I've got my kind of carrots, crunchy classics, and then this is probably where I'll end up putting like herbs or any kind of overflow veggies. I actually decided to put a couple of the most used condiments up here. We got like my favorite salsa from Trader Joe's, which I literally buy like 4 at a time. Like, no lie, I will stock up if there's gonna be an apocalypse on this salsa. I've got liquid amino, soy sauce, hot sauce, chili oil crunch, another Trader Joe's favorite, and of course, better than bouillon, the veggie version. Thank you to my mom for introducing me to that. I will never buy boxed veggie stock again. Total game changer for your cooking. And then we just got our earth balance up here. And for the rest of the fridge, what I decided to do is the top shelf right here. I'm just calling this my bits and bobs shelf. It's just like things that are open, should be used at some point in the very near future. Like for instance, these lemons that I have cut up, the avocado that I showed you guys earlier. And then this back here is one of my Flava Flav godsends. That is nutritional yeast blended with raw cashews and salt. That's from the Hot for Food cookbook that I absolutely love. Shout out to Lauren Toyota. She was a huge influence in helping me explore some more like veggie, vegan-centered cooking. This shelf here, I actually made this the meal prep shelf. Easy to like grab and go things that are already made. And then this drawer here, this is kind of like the indulgent dairy drawer. My boyfriend and I are notorious for just going ham with cheese. Like, we probably make charcuterie boards at least like twice a month. We just cannot resist. And we will protect our precious cheese in here. And then this bottom shelf, I don't know, this was just kind of like leftover stuff, or it was taller, so it needed some more room, or doesn't really have an expiration date that's coming up soon. I figured we could just corral all of our drinks down here. Shout out to maple syrup. I lived in Vermont for 7 years, and this will never not be in my fridge. That is a staple for me 100%. Now for the fun part, we got all the condiments down here, besides the frequently used ones up there. Any of the tall bottles that wouldn't stand. Over here we have some of our like lesser used condiments that I can just reach in and grab whenever I need them for a recipe, and they're not taking up some of the most valuable space here on the door that can really visually help me use up my ingredients in time. Yeah! All right, my little chicklets, that does conclude our ADHD-friendly fridge makeover. But hey, there's a lot of talk about living with your ADHD instead of fighting it, and setting up systems for yourself that work for you, your brain, and could just help you live a more streamlined life. I think this is a great first step for streamlining my kitchen, and is giving me all kinds of other ideas on ways that I can make things work for me. Holler at me in the comments if you've done this ADHD hack at home, or any other ones that you've implemented in your own house that have totally changed the game for you. I'm so excited to see how this works over the next couple weeks, and hopefully we'll be reducing my food waste, using every single bit of produce that I pick up, being more conscious about my consumption, and ultimately building a kitchen that works for me and my weird ass brain. If you enjoyed this video, I would be so stoked and grateful if you could like the video and consider subscribing. I'm a really small channel. I just started last week, and I'm really excited to grow with you guys and really establish a community on here where we support each other, root for each other, laugh with each other, get through this life with the brains that we were born with, and appreciate everything that we bring to the table as our authentic selves.
Thanks, y'all.